Hi, I'm Daniel Lapp, and I grew up in the Cariboo in Prince George. Big family, 6 kids, lots of action all the time. And in my house, you either played cards or you played music. I chose music. Everyone played music at some point. Everyone played cards at some point. But when the parties were happening, which was quite frequently, there was either card playing going on or music, and I always got around the piano with my mom and pulled out the fiddle and joined my uncles and my grandpa playing tunes, or my aunts on the accordions, and people singing songs and people dancing in the kitchen. It was great. It was great. And the Cariboo and Prince George and that whole region has such a great history of stories and music. And my parents are both from the prairies, and so we had lots of visitors from the prairies. Plus, Prince George was kind of a hotbed, attracted a lot of people from Eastern Canada and the prairies in the 1950s. It was a big booming logging town. And many of those people were fiddlers, world-class fiddlers. And I say that with all earnestness. Really superb musicians, and I learned a lot from these Prince George fiddlers growing up. Maybe I gave it, maybe I took it for granted, the fiddle music. Because at some point I got really into jazz and kind of walked away from fiddle music for a while during my teens. I knew that, as soon as I was able, I was going to leave Prince George and head to a bigger city to explore jazz and learn more about jazz and meet other jazz musicians. And that's what I did. I was 18, finished high school, and got out of there that summer. And came to Victoria to study the trumpet. And my life has been on the coast ever since, playing music with musicians from Vancouver and Victoria, and going on the road with musicians from Toronto and Los Angeles, and traveling around the world playing music. Lots of folk music, maybe mostly folk music, actually, but lots of jazz, electronic music, rock, pop, funk, you name it. I've kind of done it all. And it's been a great career so far. I'm not done yet. But the coast has been a great place to call home. Like it's musicians come here from all over the place, and I get to play with them. I get to sit in, very impromptu. The festivals have been amazing over the years. The Vancouver Folk Festival, of course, all these other smaller festivals on the islands, the Prairie festivals, Edmonton, Calgary, and the Vancouver Jazz Festival, and Edmonton, Calgary. I've been able to participate in pretty much all of them at some point or another. And it's been a great gift to my career and as a way to connect with other musicians. I think most of us, my peers and I, we really feel like the festivals, the greatest gift of the festivals has been the meeting place that it creates for musicians from around the world. And, that's been a big part of the story. Is like we don't see each other for years at a time sometimes, but we have these experiences at the festivals, and when we do see each other again, it's like we don't miss a beat. So I feel connected to musicians from around the world as a result of festivals. Another big part of my life has been the teaching, and teaching fiddle music and passing on that tradition to kids. And as it turns out, I've been teaching a long time. A lot of those kids have become my friends and become musical partners of mine. And with some of those musicians, I've traveled around the world too. And that's a really special connection for me because, I work with them when they're really little. And of course, then we have this whole language and repertoire that we're really in sync with. So that's been a big part of my life. So, the west coast of Canada has been a great place for me. I've been able to explore all these different genres that I love. And here I am. And I continue to see what's next, what's around the corner.